I honestly think that women should chase men.
Yes, I totally agree with that. Because, guys, if you're out there chasing women, what are you chasing? Typically that's not the right chick, because the chick has to be able to chase the man. And the man has to slow down and say, holy cow, look at this woman who's running at my speed and saying, in matching my life. Listen, there's man and there's women, right? And then there's girls and there's boys. There's different parameters to this whole situation.
And let me tell you something. I'm not a girl. I'm a woman.
That's right. And I'm a man, not a boy. All right, everybody, what is going on? Welcome back to our podcast. What episode are we on?
Episode 8.
Episode 8. Holy cow. Wow, that's pretty exciting, guys. We have done this now, I guess, consistently 8 freaking weeks.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
Wow.
And honestly, it's been a lot of fun. Drew.
Listen, the last podcast was a little tricky because we were coming back from LA and we had to get that filmed as immediately when we got back that Thursday night. Holy cow, that was a busy one, and we almost missed it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So let's go ahead and talk about that actually last interview that we did with Tu Camino magazine by Haid. Thank you so much for having us. So let's go ahead and go to
that podcast.
And how did you feel? Because this is like the first interview that we have together as bilingual, like the whole dynamic.
I love it. Honestly, I love basically having to speak in English because they get to go just rapid fire in the Spanish. And listen, I understand un poquito español, so I pick up a thing.
The basics of
I know
Spanish,
the basics. Tacos, cervezas, the tequila, dineros,
baño,
andale, baño, rapido, mucho dineros, yeah. Anyways, but I honestly like it because it's really cool to see that culture. And it's also really cool how you guys accept me too. That's not to bring racial stuff in this by any means, but that's what unity really is, guys.
Oh, yeah.
When you guys have multiple races, people that have a hard time speaking Spanish with people that speak Spanish fluently, all being able to sit down in an interview.
That makes it a whole, and I felt like you were in it too, so it's great.
In it to win it.
Yeah.
Always.
Always teamwork.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Of course. But anyways, guys, we have a controversy topic that I actually want to talk
Another
today
one
as a personal experience.
Yeah.
And I know I know I'm probably going to get some haters and some girl haters from this one.
Bring them.
Because it's about going after what you want. I've always said that, but here's the thing. If you like someone, it's how you're always gossiping with your girls, right? This isn't really, I guess, doesn't apply too much for men with the gossip, but with the girls, they're a woman should never be after a man. She shouldn't be begging for his attention, this and that. And me, on the contrary, it's shit, guys. A woman should go chasing for the man. I honestly believe that a woman should chase the man.
Let me give you an example here. In the 1920s and the 1930s, women did choose the man because they created the opportunity for the man to be a man. Most women out there today, and listen, let's correct this. This is girls, not women yet. There's a different level here. Most of them
how are
girls.
You going to say the difference right now between a girl
and a woman?
Hang on,
let me continue the story, and then I'll differentiate the two. But a woman in the 1920s or 1930s would drop a handkerchief right in front of the man, and then the man would go pick up the handkerchief and say, "Excuse me, ma'am, you dropped your handkerchief." She goes, "Oh, darling."
But she knew that she dropped it on purpose.
She knew what she was doing. You know what I mean? Some of you girls out there know what you're exactly doing. You're working that whole situation,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the woman creates the opportunity and the woman chooses the man.
Versus the girl
who has the man or has the boy chase her. Because most people have super inflated egos. People think that they're better than they really are, but you have to humble yourself. Humble thyself or God will humble you. So, with all that being said, women have to chase the men. And the man has to be in the position where a woman can chase him. That's honestly, if we can bring it back to the boys trying to become men, like that's your guys' role. You have to build your GTA character in real life and be the greatest version of yourself. Get strong, get healthy, get wealthy.
So tell me something. If the woman, like, this is why I'm saying, like, if a woman chases the man, I don't see anything wrong with that. I mean, I did it, right? So it's like, and it worked out.
Yeah.
So like, okay, but then now I'm going to start thinking about this on another perspective. So there's this person, a woman is going to follow this guy, right?
Mhm.
So what happens to the guy that feels harassed? Well, not really harassed. I'm sorry. Like there are some guys that won't like or would take it like, oh, she's being too clingy, or like she's chasing me. She's making it seem too easy.
Yeah.
Okay, how do you make sure that doesn't happen then? If the woman is okay to chase the man,
you have to know what the woman is, right? The woman is supposed to match the speed of the man if the man is the leader. Listen, I understand that there's different dynamics in relationship where the man is the woman in the role and the woman is the man. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, it completely makes sense nowadays because
who wears the pants, basically?
Who wears the pants on the relationship? And now this is what I've seen in all generations and all relationships going on forward now. Today, the woman has the job, and for some reason, women are idiots sometimes, and we'll go with just whatever kind of man, a bum with no job, and start taking care of him, giving him everything. And I mean, I'm not saying it's wrong to give him everything, but of course, if the man deserves it and everything, but I'm talking about someone who doesn't do anything at all, doesn't show emotional support, doesn't help you physically, mentally, or anything spiritually at all. And then there's the women that are now taking
leech.
care. Exactly. Okay. A fucking leech. So, but nowadays there's a shit ton of relationships like that where a man isn't a man.
Yeah. Because honestly, because we stopped promoting strong masculinity.
And why do you think that's being stopped?
Because they don't want it. It's happening.
Who doesn't want it?
It's being taught in our educational system that everybody is equal. We are not equal.
Oh,
there is different roles and there's different assignments. You can do things better as a woman than I can as a man, and vice versa.
Oh yeah,
that's what I'm saying, guys.
I agree with that.
There's no such thing as an equal relationship. There's no such thing as an equal partnership. It's always going to be in different levels. One can provide better, one can take better of the household. Whoever that is, guys, but whoever is the provider, the one that's fallen back to take care of the household has to literally support, has to be there emotionally to support that person and help them. Because listen, it's hard out there. But that's, if I'm going back to traditional roles, where a man has to go out there and protect for his family. But when he comes home, he doesn't bring that bullshit home with him. He's different. He might confide in his wife and tell him stuff, but he never shows that into the family, that how hard his day really was.
Exactly. That's why they say, like, leave your work at
the door.
Yeah, exactly. So how would you explain it now for the people who work from home?
Well, there's different levels, guys. I mean, who is the better provider, guys? I've known people where the woman makes $350K working for, I don't know, a biotech company that created the vaccination, Moderna or something, I don't know, Pfizer, whatever, all those guys. And the dude is a stay-at-home dad. And the guy works with charities and things like that. He's like the wife with the fake tits, She's
the
just there.
Wife.
The trophy wife. He's the trophy husband, man. But when you go see guys like that, and especially men, real men out there that provide for their family, they look down on men like that, man. They do.
Because they see him as,
because they're like, bro, you could do better with yourself, not with the woman. The woman will adapt to you.
Exactly.
They will.
Exactly.
If you're the motherfucking man, the world will adapt to you. But you have to be prepared to be the motherfucking man. Because listen, it is not easy to be the motherfucking man, but it's worth it because you get to set the pace of the future, of the family, of everything.
Okay, now going back to the whole chasing situation.
Yes.
A woman chases a man because she's going to know what she wants.
Yes.
And I'm totally okay with that, especially if it's a high value man,
Yes.
not just whatever. Because it's
Not
like
a gamer.
Exactly.
Unless he makes
not a
bank
game.
gaming.
Yeah, right. Not a gamer, not a fuck boy, basically.
Yeah.
And because I feel, and personally I can say it's like if you're chasing a man, it's because the man is busy 24/7, not wasting his time. So he's not just available at any time whenever you want. So I feel like that makes a little bit more adrenaline. And if there's like talking in between the chasing, okay, it makes it even better.
Yeah.
Right? Now, a man chasing a woman, or in your words, basically a boy chasing a girl.
Mhm.
Is there a difference? Do you feel like if a boy chases a girl and the woman chases the man, do you think there's a difference with how the future of the relationship is going to
100%.
be?
100%.
Like which relationship will last longer? Where the woman chases the man or the man chases the woman?
That's a good question, because I'm talking in a traditional sense. In a traditional sense, the man who is being chased by the woman, that relationship will last longer, because that woman is coming up to his speed, and it all depends on what speed he's going at, right? Some of you ladies are chasing after boys who aren't going that fast, and you're trying to motivate him to go faster. But listen, you can't motivate a fucking loser. A loser is going to be a motherfucking loser until they figure it out, or they don't, or they stay a loser. But if you want a very healthy, successful relationship, you want to be with a high valued person. And this goes for men too, guys. Like, you have to be a high valued man in order to attract a high valued woman, period. That's the law of attraction. And that's why many people that are in shitty relationships, they're not complete with themselves as individuals. That's why they're attracting scumbags, losers, deadbeats. I'm rifling off people, man.
So basically, until you heal with yourself, until you feel that you know your worth, that's when finally a good relationship happens.
Yeah. Yeah. When you're your truest, authentic self.
The better version of yourself.
Yes. The truest, most authentic version of yourself. Not the bullshit that you learned in school or high school or in college or any of that bullshit. Who they told you how to be. Who you truly are. And listen, guys, it's okay to say that, listen, I can't be the man. And that's noble to even say that I can't be the man. And you're giving it to someone with more power. But listen, don't get in the way of other men who are being men. Don't try to shoot them down because you can't be the man. You understand? That's what I'm saying. Like, if you guys don't want to be the man, stay to the side, but be supportive. Be supportive of a man who's willing to go risk his life for his family. For, what happens? Everybody is a strong, independent, badass bitch until what? Until what happens? Until a fucking man has to come around.
Until a man comes in and puts them in their place.
Right. Or even men that, even boys that claim that they're the men, right? When a situation happens, someone breaks into your house, what do? You got to call 911 because you can't deal with the threat because you're afraid of guns.
Oh, yeah, that's tough. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, not to get into a whole gun topic or debate.
That's a whole nother topic.
Because,
that's a whole nother topic.
Stay tuned to that podcast, because that one end with bang, I guarantee it.
But sneak peek.
Second Amendment, guys. It's literally the freedom of speech and then the Second Amendment. The right for black people to vote was literally the 15th or the 16th. It was high up there. And then women to vote. We gave black men the right to vote before women.
Yeah, that tells you a lot.
That's wild. And then you know what happened right after that? I always joke about this shit, but the first thing that happens when women got the voting power, prohibition happened. They're like, enough of the men drinking, no more booze. Stop the booze.
Oh my gosh. Okay, now going back to the relationships.
Yes.
How do two because okay, somewhat high value relationships, right? Like they're gonna find each other once you guys are in that mentality. You're good to go. But then I want to kind of touch base a little bit about like toxic relationships here.
Mhm.
Like, how is it that when two people are toxic, they stay together, even if it's like fighting every
Misery loves
fucking
company.
day?
Misery loves company. Some love is better than no love because listen, you know, we've all been in a shitty relationships. Comment in the
Like the video,
like the video if you have, man. Smash that like button. Think it's your fucking ex. Anyways, like it. Share. Anyways, where were we? Bring me back.
Why do two people that are toxic
Why-
stay in a relationship fighting if
Yeah.
they know they're bad for each other? Why continue that relationship? Why drag it?
Listen, because it's dog on the nail. That's a story for
Okay.
later. But literally, the pain of the dog getting off of that nail is greater than the pain that nail is causing that dog. So let me wrap all this back in here.
Doggy?
If you have pain in your life, what's harder? Is it harder to deal with that pain and just keep that pain constant like this if I'm pushing on you like this? Or is it easier just to step away from that pain?
Can I answer that?
Yes,
People get eventually used to it and you feel like you become numb to it.
exactly. And
then
what are
it's
you
like-
doing to numb yourself? Is that healthy?
No.
How are people numbing themselves these days? Rifle them off.
Meds.
Booze, meds, wild sex, spending habits. What else?
Just everything, honestly, what you said, because I mean,
Instant
if this-
gratification, guys.
Yeah.
They love, and listen, this is why I call people like this children, because children love sugar, right? Children want a good time all the time, right? That's what they're designed to do. But at some point, you have to grow up.
But then after so much pain,
Yeah. What happens? I break.
it comes to a point
Oh.
where I can't anymore. And that's
Yeah.
gonna backfire.
Yeah.
And then when you comes back, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I feel like I can breathe again
Yep.
because I feel like I lost that whole weight of like worriness, stress, anxiety, depression
And why don't people do it?
because they're afraid.
Exactly.
Because people are afraid to be alone.
People are afraid to be alone.
People are afraid to be alone and feel that even if they get in a bad relationship, in a toxic relationship, abusive relationship, they're going to feel that void with that person.
Yeah.
And it's not going to help you, ladies and gentlemen. And I can tell you that it just gets worse over time.
Yeah. It's how toxic can you be to this person and then this person, and it's a game of toxicity and it's a game of fucking drama. We don't got time for fucking drama. Save the drama for your mama
Yeah, because time is money
every day.
and money is everything.
Yes. Money's oxygen, ladies and gentlemen.
Like,
Whatever.
can you live without breathing?
You guys can't even
No.
watch this freaking podcast without spending money. Let me explain. You bought a phone. You're on the internet. You got the Wi-Fi bill, the cable bill, all this shit. Maybe you got payments on your phone. Whatever it is, ladies and gentlemen, the sooner that we realize that money is important, the more your life will increase. People say money doesn't buy happiness, and I say you don't know where to shop. Giving away money to the homeless, feeding the homeless, what does that take? It takes money to do that.
Yep.
But
It does.
that's why I say money is not the root of all evil. Poverty is the root of all evil. Because you might see a rich man go and do nice things for people, right?
Mhm.
But you can't ever see a poor person go out there and pay a bill for somebody. But maybe they can do nice acts of gestures on the streets and stuff. But listen, what would you rather have? Go feed a village or go feed a person?
Right.
I'd rather go feed the village. Because then you can have a village of people that believe in you and like you and will want to see you succeed. And maybe you can find some generals and some good people out of there that you
Yeah.
can change their lives.
And now on another note, I want to know your opinion on another situation when it comes to relationships.
Yeah.
What is it called when a good woman accidentally or just falls with the wrong person in a toxic relationship? Why does that happen?
Say it one more time for me.
If a good woman, a high valued woman, falls into a bad relationship, how does that happen? What do you call that?
There's something internally going on, man. You know, do her friends know?
Yes, her friends know that she's with the wrong person.
Yeah. Then she has something going on internally where she's not complete with herself because, hey, maybe that person, and that person is filling a void of something. That person is doing something good for that person, although they're doing something bad. But if you're a good friend, you try to stay by their side the best that you can, because it's like this. You're watching two trains collide, and you're standing at the top of the mountain, and all you can do is scream and shout and try not to exert too much energy because you know the inevitable is going to happen. But listen.
So a true friend is always going to tell you the shit the way it is, whether you like it or not, whether you stop talking to her for a couple of months. And the true friend doesn't want to see you suffer, so she will say whatever she needs to say.
But even when those two trains collide, you got to run down that mountain and get your boy or get your girl and get them out of that train wreckage and save them.
And what about the friends that just look at everything and let you decide, just let you go on and not say anything because they're afraid?
You need people like that.
That they're afraid that, oh, if I open my mouth, I know she's doing the bad and she's with the wrong person, but she'll probably stop talking to me. And I don't want her to stop talking to me, so I'll just let her be.
Well, it all depends. Are they your friends or not? And you're saying they are your friends. Well, no friend of mine would do that.
You would want your friend to open your eyes.
I have, yes. Yeah. I mean, my friends have told me, I mean, not even in relationships and in many aspects of my life.
Yeah, and business decisions, personal decisions, work, school stuff. No, I get that. But I was just curious on your point of view on that.
Yeah, my point of view is why does a good woman get with a bad guy? And it's just because, hey, she thinks that guy's the motherfucking man.
Why though?
Because he's the bad boy. He's not like some of these beta cucks out there that are just fucking pussies, that are just yes men. Yes, baby, yes. Whatever you want, baby. Can we go on vacation this weekend to Palm Springs? Ooh, I'll go and, maybe you can have sex with me if I take you on a really nice vacation and all this shit. Guys, you don't need to do that. Go save that money. That's why I say don't chase pussy. Don't chase women. Chase a business. Okay, because the business will provide. Chase the asset. And if you take care of the asset will always take care of you, and the asset will be able to take care of your freaking family if you guys do this right.
Wow, this just got intense.
I mean, it's just straight up facts, guys.
No, I know. I just love how direct you are.
Like, listen. People wish that they had a father that was direct like this with them. Some of you guys needed a father like this to hear this, because listen, I learned in sports, a coach tells you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear.
Right. Okay. That makes sense.
And so on one of our podcasts or conferences, we talked about emotions. Emotions can make you or they can break you. It's best to understand the emotions and focus with logic. Because listen, sometimes people say things and they hurt me too. Even today, people say shit to me all the time. And sometimes it gets to me, fuck the haters. But listen, to me. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You have to keep moving forward.
Okay. Now, before we end this podcast.
Okay. I'm just getting warmed up.
I know. Shoot.
You're getting warmed up.
I want to know.
Tell me.
How do you know, or how can you tell, and how can you pick when a girl has daddy issues?
Oh, you can smell it. You can smell it, man.
Okay. Why? I want to know, why does a girl have daddy issues, and how does that happen?
because she needs attention. And maybe she didn't get that attention from her father, so she's trying to go seek that in other men. And typically, what that does, it results in very high body counts. And this is going to fuck up a lot of people, but the more people that women sleep with, it fucks with them more than men. I mean, this is a total double standard, but this is the way it is, guys. Men can go sleep with women and still have a woman and still be emotionally attached to that woman and die for that woman. But let me tell you this. But that woman that he's with, if she goes and sleeps with another man, she can't have that relationship with that man, with the main man. And let me explain why.
You mean if she cheats on the guy?
Listen,
that's what you're saying.
Let me spit some facts here.
Okay.
This is juicy. Listen. When you get pregnant, can you get pregnant with one guy or two guys at the same time?
With one guy. You're not a dog. Only female dogs do that.
Exactly. And whose baby is that?
The man.
One guy's
baby.
Now, can a dude go and impregnate 3 other women while his woman's pregnant?
Yes.
Yes.
Should he? No.
No. It all depends on what you want. Some high value men have to have that stuff. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just spitting facts. If you guys don't like it, you guys don't like it. But listen, go look at videos online. I'm not wrong. Genghis Khan. Not to praise people like that, but listen, these people changed the world for better or worse.
Damn. Okay. Should just got intense.
Yeah. Hell of a podcast, huh? Episode 8.
That's what you get for
We're going to make it to episode 9 and guarantee it. We won't be shut down. Maybe we'll lose a couple thousand followers, but hey, those are all followers we didn't want anyways. We're not afraid. Not afraid, guys. We don't give a shit. Because listen, we have a goal of 100,000 followers, and we're going to go hit that pretty dang soon. We just hit 20,000. Hopefully after this podcast, it doesn't go down. But listen, like I said, I don't give a fuck. One of our podcasts is We Don't Give a Fuck.
That was one of the first podcasts.
We just talk about the truth.
Yeah.
Just tell the motherfucking truth and just keep walking that line.
Oh, yeah. No, I got one last question.
Oh, boy. I told you guys I can go.
I got a question because
night,
we have, we've got young viewers 18 and up, but for me, young viewers are 18 and up, right? When they send us a message. Yeah. Because they're kids. We're older. But one of them, they were like, hey, you know what? They wanted to know because, they're getting into sex and everything, like losing virginities. Shit. They're worried, birth control and stuff like that. So one of the questions was like, can I get pregnant with pre-cum?
Oh my God, yes. Yeah. Apparently, you can. So, guys, holy shit, you want me to talk about this? Yeah, let's talk about it. Okay, guys. This is some big boy stuff here. But this is, people have to talk about these things. When you guys come and you guys think that you can just go stick it right back in, you can't. You got to clear the pipes. Okay, you got to go pee. You got to go clean that chute out because you got swimmers in there, baby. You got swimmers in there, son.
And that's all of the mistakes a guy does.
Yeah. All the mistakes, guys. I get it. Sometimes you get a little too horny and you're like ready to fucking pop. Go pop it off and then, clear the pipes and then get back in the game.
I hope we answered your question.
Yeah.
So just make sure every time you guys got questions about growing up or anything, feel free to contact us.
It's just dad talk, man. I know a lot of people that have hard times having conversations with their parents about this stuff. And frankly, listen, sometimes you don't want to have that conversation with your parents because they might ask you questions like, oh, why do you need to know these things? Are you having sex? And it'll make you feel pressured. Maybe you're in a relationship with somebody and you're brand new in high school, 18 and up.
Yeah.
But hey, maybe this is your first relationship and your parents are pressuring you. Who knows? And you're afraid to ask, but now you have answers.
Oh, yeah. And the reason why I brought up this question is because on the next podcast, we do have special, what we love to call teeny boppers.
Oh, teeny boppers.
Because we want to know where their ideas, their mentalities are at. Because on next podcast, it's going to be great, especially because season 1 is coming to an end. 2023 is almost over. We're going to come back stronger than ever for 2024 for season 2. But the next episode, we're going to have special guests, a couple strangers, a couple people that we do know. They want to go ahead and actually talk and give their insight. So stay tuned because this is a teaser. It's like, do I really need to be on birth control?
Oh.
Save your thoughts on that, Drew.
I'm ready.
like, is birth control actually a thing that's going to keep me away from being pregnant? Or is the pull-out game better?
Are you asking me?
Answer that on the next podcast.
Oh, yeah.
That's just a little teaser for you guys.
I won't say anything until then.
But until then, guys, hope you enjoyed this great podcast. I sure did. I know it was a little bit more intense.
It was a great podcast.
Oh, yeah. It's just real talk, real talk. You know,
Real talk,
shit
baby.
is real.
Yeah.
And only here. And shitting.
Down.
Have a good night.
Cheers.